Welcome once again. Let us look at trigonometric ratios of special angles, that is 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 45 degrees. Now, considering an equilateral triangle, of 2 units, we have now this triangle. We can call it P, Q, and R. Remember, an equilateral triangle, all sides are equal, and all angles are equal. So this means that all these angles will be 60 degrees. And now that we have indicated that we are going to use an equilateral triangle of 2 units, then it means this side is 2, this side is 2, and the other side is 2. Alright? Now, if we draw a perpendicular bisector, it is going to bisect this side QR into 2 equal parts. That means 1 unit and the other side 1 unit. Again, this angle will be divided into 2 equal angles, each 30 degrees. Now, if we segregate this triangle and then call this midpoint between Q and R M, then we have this right angled triangle over here. So this is common point P, we have R, and the midpoint M. And of course this angle is 90, and now this angle is 30 degrees after it was bisected by the perpendicular bisector, and this other angle is 60 degrees. Now, this side MR is 1 unit, this side is 2 units. Now, P and M will be using Pythagoras theorem, that is, PM will be equals the square root of 2 squared hypotenuse side minus 1 squared, and PM will be square root of 3. So this side is square root of 3. Right. Now, finding the trigonometric ratios, that is side 60 degrees. So considering this one, I'm now using SOHCAHTOA again. You know SOHCAHTOA, sine of 60 is opposite of hypotenuse. So this one we are going to get as root 3 over 2 cos 60 degrees. So cos, we are going to take the adjacent side of hypotenuse, that is 1 over 2, and tan 60 degrees. Using SOHCAHTOA again, we are going to take opposite over adjacent, that is root 3 over 1, which is equivalent to root 3. Right. Now let us look at special trigonometric ratios of another special angle 30, because this one now is 60. We start again with sine 30 degrees. Again, the opposite now, this is the angle that we are referring to. So sine 30, we are going to take the opposite of hypotenuse, So this is going to be 12 half. Then cos 30 degrees, this one gonna be 30, that is adjacent of hypotenuse. This is root 3 over 2. And finally, tan 30 degrees. We have tan, is opposite of adjacent. So this is 1 over root 3. So these are special angles with their trigonometric ratio. Now for 45, for the trigonometric ratios of 45, we are going to consider an isosceles triangle. Maybe we can call it A, B, C, see. Isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and these angles are equal too. Now, consider this triangle ABC, A, B, and C, and this angle is 90. And now, because it is an isosceles triangle, the two sides are equal, and of course, the base angles are equal too. Now, if this is 90 and the two angles are equal, then it means these ones are 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Now, using SOHCAHTOA, therefore, side of 45 degrees, because this one is 45, of course you can use any of the sides. We are going to take opposite of this angle of hypotenuse, but we don't have the value of hypotenuse. This means that because this is a right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the value of AC. And we know that AC is equivalent to the square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared, which will be the square root of 2. So this side will be the root of 2. Now, the opposite side of this angle is 1 over hypotenuse, which is now root 2. For the cos 45 degrees, we are going to take the adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan 45 degrees will be the opposite over adjacent, which is 1. Now, having said that, let us look at the example involving this kind of relationship. Now, we have find the exact value of sine squared 30 degrees plus cos squared 30 degrees without using tables or calculator. Okay, what are we told? To find the exact value of sine squared 30 degrees plus cos squared 30 degrees without using tables or calculator. Now, this question, we are going to use the special angle 30 degrees. Yeah, we are going to use these trigonometric ratios for sine 30 and cos 30 degrees. Now, sine 30 degrees is equals half, and cos 30 degrees is equals root 3 over 2. Root 3 over 2. Now, when we square these values, now half squared, because sine is squared over here, plus cos squared 30. No, this is what is sine cos 30, but then we square it to get cos squared. When we square this one, will be 1 over 4 plus, when we square root, that is root 3 times root 3 is equals 3. Therefore, this one, the square of half is 1 over 4, then plus this one squared will be 3 over 4. This is the same as 4 over 4, which is 1. As simple as that, and you get your 2 marks over there. I want to stop at this point. See you in the next episode. Remember to subscribe.